Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to your very own Try Before You Buy channel with your host Karamullah Kadwani. Today is all about Chypre Palatin. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. My French is pretty disturbed. From the house of MDCI. This is a 2012 launch, and I discovered this particular one a couple of months ago with all the reviewers really speaking very highly of it. I wouldn't call it being overhyped. I believe hype is around something that's not maybe worth your money or your effort, or however else you would want to put it. They were speaking very highly of, also created by one of my most favorite noses in the business, Palatin. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, sir. Anyways, folks, if this is your first time tuning into my channel and you love watching fragrance reviews and from recent times and old, and you haven't still subscribed, as I have noticed more than 80% of my viewers have not subscribed, please do so and hit the notifications bell to stay up to date with the latest content. Do want my channel to reach the first 1,000 subscribers, and we are already close to 600 with about 12 to 13 reviews that I posted so far. I'll try to do a house portfolio as soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers, and with every 5,000 subscribers then on, we'll do a fragrance house top 10 thereon. This is what I have in store. Subscribing to my channel, liking and sharing my videos will also support my channel in a big way, and you can contribute to my Ko-fi account, which is mentioned below, if you'd like to do so. Without wasting any more time, let's get into this. Though the house classifies this as a fruity Chypre fragrance, as per my nose, it's not. It's a rather oriental, musky, spicy, ambery composition. Like most of the reviews I've been doing from the house, like most of the reviews I've been doing from the house of Roja. What Roja perfumes are known for are that they're very base heavy, and so is this one. That's where the composition truly shines, and that's where all the money's at. It has a very unique twist up top, and that I'll be sharing with you soon. But before we hit the review for this masterpiece, spoiler alert, straight off, let me take you through a few details. So year of release was 2012. The house, as I mentioned earlier, is MDCI. The nose behind this fragrance is Palatin du Chafour. Available in the normal presentation that you're able to see on the rotating platform, just the bottle and the cap. A 75 ml Eau de Parfum concentrate retails for 1,044 dirhams, and the price for exactly the same composition but with a beautiful bust stopper cap comes at a whopping 1,569. I opted for the 1,044. You're actually paying for the juice unless you are into presentations, and a few of the presentations I do like. I must mention, and I did like the presentation on it, but $500 over the exact same composition didn't really make any money sense to me. Not that I'm very sensible about money matters, but nevertheless. Notes we have are as follows. Up top you have hyacinth, tangerine, cistus labdanum. Yes, I'm saying both cistus and labdanum. So both the extract and the oil from the plant flower, as discussed earlier in my Perfumes de la Nuit 3 review we did for the house of Roja. Though I so wanted to limit my videos to under 10 minutes or so, I'd like to break down the cistus labdanum note for you people once and for all. Hopefully I won't repeat all the information that we are going to be sharing in this video. I hope this information is useful. It's a channel that I learned from, and I want other people to learn from as well. Cistus, from the Greek word kistos, spelt K-I-S-T-O-S. Kistos is a genus of flowering plants in the rock rose family, and has got nothing to do with rose. It has got nothing to do with rose. It's actually a plant in the rock rose family, containing about 20 species, it says. They are parental shrubs found on the dry or rocky soils through the Mediterranean region from Morocco and Portugal through to the Middle East, and also on the Canary Islands. Cistus, with its many hybrids and cultivars, is commonly encountered as a garden flower. The common name rock rose in the UK, it's referred to as rock rose. And one such perfume that comes to my mind is by Clive Crushing, named Rock Rose. And I actually initially thought it was a rose-based fragrance, but it seems it's not. It's rather to do with cistus. The common name gum cistus is applied to the resin-bearing species, especially C, also known as, I think, ladinifera. Labdanum. We'll get into labdanum quickly, also called ladanum, ladin or ladanon, is a sticky brown resin obtained from the shrubs Cistus ladinifera, Western Mediterranean, and Cistus creticus, Eastern Mediterranean species of rock rose. It was historically used in herbal medicine and is used in the preparation of some perfumes and vermouths. History has it that it was used on the soldiers during periods of World War I and II, where they'd have open wounds and they treat it with labdanum. They'd actually take the effort of collecting labdanum where they could and carry it with them. So when a soldier was wounded, they used labdanum to kind of seal the wound, if you will, and also labdanum I think had healing properties. It boasted healing properties, so both sealing the wound and then help in the healing process. History. Dried spirals of labdanum for historical medicine uses. In ancient times, labdanum was collected by combining the beards and thighs of goats and sheep that had grazed on the sister shrubs. Wooden instruments were wooden instruments used were referred to in the 19th century as a gastery, a lambadestrion, labdanum gatherer, was a kind of rake to which a double row of leathern thongs were fixed instead of teeth. These were used to sweep the shrubs and collect the resin, which was later extracted. It was collected by the shepherds and sold to the coastal traders. The resin was used as an ingredient for incense and medicinally to treat colds, coughs, menstrual problems, and rheumatism. So there it is. There are further details provided which I might not want to get into. Those were the historical uses, as I mentioned. Modern uses, labdanum is produced today mainly for the perfume industry. The raw resin is usually extracted by boiling and the leaves and twigs. An absolute is obtained by solvent extraction. An essential oil is produced by steam distillation. The raw gum is a black or sometimes dark brown fragrant mass containing up to 20% or more of water. It is plastic but not pourable and becomes brittle with age. The absolute is dark amber green and very thick at room temperature. The fragrance is more refined than the raw resin. The odor is very rich, complex, and tenacious. Labdanum is much valued in perfumery because of its resemblance to ambergris, which has been banned from use in many countries because it originates from the sperm whale, which is an endangered species. Labdanum is the main ingredient used when making the scent of amber in perfumery. Labdanum's odor is variously described as amber, sweet, woody, powdery, fruity, animalic, ambergris, dry, musk, or leathery. There you have it. And so a few of the other things, a few of the other facets and nuances that we shall be discussing further on in the review will also contribute to all these factors and all these facets that come with this particular fragrance. The top notes continue with, I'm getting back to the review now. We're done with cistus and labdanum, and hopefully this will, I won't be repeating an in-depth cistus labdanum definition. I should be referring all of you all to refer to this video. And so the top notes continue with galbanum, a bitter green note, thyme and lavender, a note mostly used in barbershop fougères, lavender basically. Heart notes are rose, jasmine, iris, prune and gardenia. In the base, benzoin, styrax. So you already start seeing a sticky amber balsamic resinous composition. You have castoreum and leather, which castoreum brings about this sexy muskiness to the composition. Tolu, vanilla, immortelle and oak foam, also referred to as oak moss. Further adding to the masculinity and amber nuances. As mentioned before, I'd like to say that though it is a typical Chypre construction, it comes off as a warm, spicy, resinous, somewhat smoky, musky, ambery composition, and that's completely what I dig. I love amber fragrances. I love fragrances that are rich in resins, balsamic, oriental style compositions, and that's the varying experience as per my nose. At the top, when you initially spray this fragrance, it opens orangey with a tangerine note and a beautiful floral. Bitter green galbanum note up top, and then smoky ambery touches brought about by the cistus labdanum. This is the twist I was earlier talking about. As with most compositions, we are used to seeing cistus labdanum in the base, particularly Roja perfumes, and I do love that note. So you already know the journey you're going down with in this composition. The contrast, as I always say, is what keeps a fragrance captivating, interesting. Here it is. The bitter green galbanum note contrasted by the sweetness of cistus labdanum. Also, a thing to keep into consideration while making a decision if whether you want to purchase this fragrance, want to try this fragrance, give it a chance, is do not fear galbanum as a note if you're not too fond of galbanum based fragrances, because it's very short lived. It's not going to go out through the journey of the fragrance, and it kind of settles when the fragrance transitions into the heart, and that's pretty quick. So I'd love to say that I do love galbanum in fragrances. I do like bitter green fragrances. Two of my favorites are Chanel Bel Respiro and Synthetic Jungle by the House of Frederic Malle. I'll try to stay objective and not deviate from this review, but reference fragrances are just so important, I guess, for the audience. Floral touches coming in with the heart, as mentioned, rose, jasmine and gardenia. Also powdery facets with the iris note. The prune plum is also a prominent note in the heart. Perhaps why they've classified this, why they might have classified this as a fruity Chypre, but not very long-lived again. And once you're in the dry down, you're experiencing the base, which is where this fragrance truly shines and where the money is at. Here, what stands out is the Tolu, giving it a balsamic quality, something similar to Tolu by the House of Ormond Jane. So if you like that fragrance, you're definitely going to love this one. Castoreum, one of my favorite animalic notes, is what brings along the sexy muskiness that's going to stay for the remaining journey. This may remind you of fragrances like Musc Ravageur by the House of Frederic Malle and Absolute Polo Soir by the House of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, which is now discontinued for some time. Similar experience, but not the same, if that makes any sense at all. I do love Boucheron de Chauffour's compositions, as the note may seem to be all over the place, but they all come together and create this bittersweet symphony. It truly deserves to be on the top 5 Boucheron de Chauffour's creations and is phenomenal. I'd say it's a winter and fall appropriate fragrance, though I've always advocated that there are no rules in wearing fragrances. So if you decide to pull the trigger in the summers, go easy with the sprays, as this one can get overwhelmingly cloying to the wearer as well, especially if you happen to be an oversprayer like me. Another positive is that since the time I've wandered off to niche, and I'm also experimenting with artisanal niche houses for the animalics and other ingredients. This is surprisingly a love at first sniff for my wife, who doesn't usually easily like the fragrance choices I have nowadays, and she very diplomatically disposes of by saying whatever I wear as a perfume smells great on me, so I don't have an argument there. Hello beautiful people. Different view, different angle. I'm sorry if the house is messed up. I hope you're not getting the background. So this is basically the bottle that it comes in. Today I won't be doing a full presentation because I think I've misplaced the box, which doesn't usually happen with me, but yes, I have probably disposed it off or cannot find it at present. This is the bottle. It comes with a beautiful, I don't know what you call these things, but it kind of reminds you of maybe vintage bottles. It does say MDCI right here. I'm not sure if you're able to see that. So it says MDCI right here in a gold font. And this is what the sprays are like. Beautiful mist. Super sexy composition. And a very, very long lasting fragrance. Highly recommended. Please share, like, share and subscribe, and leave in your comments letting us know what you think about the review, and if this helps you in your fragrance journey in any ways possible. Until the next time, your host signing out. I am Karamullah Kadwani. Thank you so much for taking the time out and watching this video. Oh, I'm back to back, another video. Nice. I'm so happy. I am so happy. Is it recording? Yeah? I hope so.